What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and some more Hail Caesar faction reviews. We're working our way through the timeline here, and today we got a big one, and that is Fatimid Egypt, so roughly 10th through 11th centuries AD. So there's quite a bit going on in this list, and it's a pretty lengthy one too, so let's strap in for this. So this is one where you are going to have the possibility of going heavy between infantry or cavalry, or having a mix of everything as well. And artillery does poke its head up for the first time in a while again here. So infantry, cavalry, initially pretty balanced. You have to have at least 25% of each. You could, go all the way in that and 50-50 for the whole army. Although keep in mind you gotta or potentially take some artillery, or you could lean more heavily one way or the other, but you're going to have at least a little bit of everything in the list. And then our typical division and skirmisher packages here, although for here, skirmishers can be up to 25% of the infantry per division, whereas a lot that we've seen lately actually have it up to 50. So here we can actually have 2 units of artillery, one of which can be medium, so we'll jump into that in just a moment. But let's start looking at this pretty lengthy list. There is a lot here. So right off the top, we got a pretty wide variety of infantry. You got medium infantry, Egyptian or Berber spearmen, typical across the board there, nothing fancy. We could pay to make them a levy instead, so get a little bit of a discount there. Then we go into the Sudanese infantry, a little bit different here in that they actually have access to some long range, so that's pretty cool. Spears and or javelins and bows, so we get a 1 for long range, but that's still something to think about. And then we could actually upgrade 1 unit to have long spears and bows, so just a little bit better fighting ability there. But that is a 3-point increase. So does seem like the Sudanese infantry is just overall the better buy for 1 extra point versus the Egyptian spears. So just getting that extra long range in there. And 1 unit we could actually also upgrade to have double-handed flails and bows, so that does bump the clash up to 7, and interestingly that's only a 1-point upgrade. So but 7 on a medium infantry frame or stat line is pretty cool. We could go with guard, Sudanese infantry guard, with mixed ranks of spears and bows, so another little bit of a toolbox unit here. And here they sort of a heavy / medium unit in disguise here. We get the fighting ability of a typical heavy infantry unit, 7s, but then still the morale save of 5 up that a medium infantry would have. Although these guys, for the 28 points, do come with stubborn, but again, 1 unit. So anytime you have these type of elite or guard type units and you only get the 1 of, you might as well take it. It's just pretty cool and a little bit better than the rest of the stuff. We also then get into the light infantry, the Dailami light infantry with spears and or javelins. Again, just 1 unit here. But note, it's actually a full-size unit, not a small unit. So that being said, it's kind of an interesting unit, right? It's, even though it's light, it actually is punching at 6 for the clash value, but it does have the morale save of 6 that you would associate with light infantry. But at the same time, they're actually tough fighters, so for 22 points. So a lot of kind of funky units here for this force. Then we get into our skirmisher range here with some archers to round off the light infantry. So full size, actually not full size, sorry, small unit here, Armenian infantry with bows. So our more serious long range options here, 14 points a pop. We do get the skirmishers with bows package for 12 points. Slings make a reappearance after having been gone for a while. Another long range option there for 12 points, but only 1 of those. Crossbows as a 1 of, and again, more long-range pew-pew. And then skirmishers with javelins that we see in basically every single force. 11 points there. And then another sort of esoteric one here, kind of a rarer unit. We have skirmishers armed with naphtha pots, which basically cause a leadership check, as they describe here in the army description. So we have that as kind of a unique close-range missile unit, but it could be pretty scary if the opponent isn't suspecting that, especially if it hits a key unit of theirs. Then, so let's round out the infantry first of all. So again, we got a huge selection of units here, with again a couple of sort of pseudo medium infantry / heavy infantry units, but really not too much of that. So the infantry here is not necessarily going to be the hardest hitting stuff, but does have some toolbox ability here in the sense of, we got some that do have some ranged abilities for long range, and then some pretty just solid missile selections as well. So getting into the cavalry, we have the heavy Mameluke cavalry armed with spears and bows. So again, kind of a cavalry unit that can do it all. And by the way, so 9/6, 2 for long range ability here. They're 4 up, of course, because they're heavy. And 35 points a pop is super expensive, but they're elite. So we have basically no restrictions on taking multiples of those. Now we could upgrade that as a one of to a guard unit for 3 more points, and then it adds stubborn as well. So that is really going to be the spear of the whole force here, is just punching holes with these heavy Mamluks, and then just hoping that the rest of the lines keep the enemy from breaking through. And if you can get these guys in the backfield, starting to get flank charges, rear charges, it's going to be an easy win for you. So really top-notch cavalry there. But wait, there's more. So medium cavalry, the Asgar with spears here, and just bog standard medium cavalry unit. But we can pay 3 more points and just have another generic heavy cavalry unit, which if you look at the cost on the Mamluks above, having some cheaper heavy cavalry does seem like a bargain, even like a 5-point bargain versus the basic Mamluk one. So good stuff there. Just medium and heavy cavalry are still really, really potent. Doesn't mean they have to be loaded with heavy ability or special abilities. We move on. Light cavalry. We have the Turkomans with javelins and bows, so some more great all-around utility. Small units, and they have feigned flight, all for 21 points. No other restrictions, so that's always cool. Bedouins or Berbers with spears and or javelins as small units. Again, nothing, no special rules here. 17 points. Could have been cool to also have feigned flight on those, but we don't need a special rule for everything. And then finally, camel riders with bows, so small units there. So some more long range power if we want to go that route for 17 points a pop. And that rounds out the cavalry. So the cavalry is definitely the better half of the list, but the infantry definitely serve a purpose, and just have those big blocks that can take up space and hold the line while you let your cavalry and missile troops do the work. But that being said, the infantry is not useless. Certainly still medium infantry, and you can still do some damage with them, but really the best of the best are those Mamluks. And then we round out with our artillery package. So we have light stone throwers here for yet more long range goodness. 2s at long range there. And then we can have that one medium unit, which we might as well take for 20 points, but it gives us a 3 on long range. So all good stuff there. So this is a list that has a little bit of everything, lots of infantry types, lots of great cavalry as well, and plenty of missile fire to whittle the enemy down, which again should allow you to get hopefully some good charges off, especially with those heavy cavalry. Really all your combat oriented cavalry, and blow holes in the enemy line, and then from there just start carving them up, and all the while pounding away with missile troops and especially artillery. So should be a good all-round list for you. And then rounding everything off with leadership 8 for commanders, so our bog standard commander level. And again, as long as you're not getting crazy with the orders and just playing smart, this is going to be a very potent list. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Have you tried Fatimid Egypt here as a list? How has that fared for you? Or have you played against it? And if so, with what? How did all that work? Hit us up in the comments, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. If you want to support the channel, got a couple of things there. Check the comments below and also the end of the video. So we have a Patreon if you guys want to join us there. We'll be working on some things for the various games that we support, some unique things there. But then also specifically, if you want to jump into anything from Warlord, check out the link in the pinned comment. And if you pick up anything from Warlord directly from our link, that helps support the channel a little bit. So greatly appreciated for those who do that. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.